Right, I think we're live. Let's do this. Okay. How are we doing? We're live back again on a special Monday special. Dominic Cummings and the revelations about his journeys. So yeah, we've got one in the house already. So before we get started, like the vid, comment on your thoughts. Let's get this banner scrolling. There's the ticker. What are your thoughts on Cummings and his journeys? Or journey, which it depends which way you look at it. But yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. But yeah, let's get straight into this. So we're going to be sharing the screen today, letting you know what I've been reading. But yeah, in case you've been living in a cave, you'll be aware that Dominic Cummings, he drove 264 miles to leave his 4-year-old with his parents, who live on a farm, quite a big farm by the sounds of it. Now, yesterday Johnson came out and he said that he basically backed him publicly. He said that he acted responsibly, legally, and with integrity. Let us know. Do you think he's got any integrity left? Legally, we'll go into that. He might not have necessarily broken the law, but I think he has broken the spirit of the law, the one that we've all been trying to follow. Responsibly. Responsible to who? To us as a population. As an incapacitated individual, who in their right mind is driving the length of the country? Things are becoming so absurd that I only pray that the general public are finally waking up to this shambles we do call a government. 9 Tory MPs publicly called him to go. I think that's now gone up to like 20 that have come out against him. And 3 members of I think it's the SPIB group, the Government Scientific Advisory Committee, they criticise ministers for trashing their advice. Yeah, comment below. Do you still trust this government? We've seen since his statement, more people have been out and about. Obviously, Eid Mubarak as well to all you guys celebrating today, and the ones that you celebrated yesterday as well. But yeah, imagine the beautiful irony if Cummings inadvertently brings down his government. Half his cabinet have thrown themselves under the bus as well. Do you remember that bus with the £350 million a week that was going to go towards the NHS? Yeah, that aged well. But yeah, let's see what tweets I've been seeing about this. Let's try and share the screen. There we go. Let's have a look. So that's my screen there. Let's see if you can read that. There we go. So there's this one here. So the daily briefings of the government. They don't want that to be shown. This here, I was thinking of staying put this evening, but not sure I can face the 250-mile drive. Matthew Dancona on Twitter there. And a very valid question as well. What if it was a black Premier League footballer that had driven the length of the country while sick, rather than Dominic Cummings? Imagine the abuse he would have got. Grant Shapps, 4 p.m. on the 23rd, 2 days ago. The important thing is that he chose the location where he was going to isolate and stayed put. And 2 witnesses 4 hours later in The Guardian, it was revealed. Big up The Guardian, doing top work, top journalism for the last few months. One witness saw him in Durham on the 19th of April, days after he was photographing in London, having recovered from the virus. And a week earlier, seen by another witness in Barnard Castle on Easter Day, 30 miles away from Durham. So Make of that what you will. And this story of him breaking the lockdown, it's not a distraction from the excess deaths, which is nearing 65,000 now. It's part of the same story. Arrogant, awful, incompetent government treating ordinary people like cattle. Angela Rayner, deputy leader of the Labour Party, she said, "My whole family went into isolation for 2 weeks when I had symptoms, including my sons, who both have respiratory health concerns. I did not send them to my parents, despite being petrified I'd pass it on to them. He was wrong to travel, and you are wrong to undermine your own advice." So, fierce words, fierce words. Another Sky News fangirl. I think Cummings might have just unlocked lockdown. Young people in my house who've been obedient so far saying, stuff the rules. If he didn't follow them, why should we? And this is it. It's not about politics, it's about leadership. This is exactly it. But yeah. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. The Cummings scandal is so explosive because it's not abstract. Hundreds of thousands of people sacrificed by not going to funerals and not seeing frightened parents. They will never forget. But yeah, let's let us know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a bit of a shambles. We've got James O'Brien as well, big fan of James. He said yesterday or 2 days ago, the problem's always the same. Acknowledging the fundamental fraudulence of Johnson and Cummings and the whole Vote Leave government is still impossible for many otherwise honest people who hitched their whole identities to the Brexit bandwagon. And that's it. Where on earth could our Vote Leave government have got the idea that lying to the people is a good idea? And I like this one as well from Apollon101 on Twitter. Incredulous, yes. Astounded, yes. Astonished, yes. Bewildered, yes. Disbelieving, yes. Dumbfounded, yes. Despairing, yes. Despondent, disgusted, sickened, yes. Surprised? No. Not quite. Not quite surprised. Let's share the screen on this as well. This is an interesting little graphic here we've got. So, see if you can see this here. Hopefully you can. Let me know if you can't. It's a graph. So from Mishi and Donny on Twitter, the Cummings story will get the most attention, but this story from the Sunday Times, documenting how Johnson was too slow with taking the virus seriously, led to 1.5 million people being infected by the time of lockdown, far more than any other country. Truly shocking. So if you can see that, I don't know if you can. Hopefully you can. It's yeah, it shows what we're dealing with. Let's have a look if you can see that there. Britain's late lockdown. So you can see lethal negligence. Delaying it has done no one any good. Big calls on Cummings to resign, but also massive distractions from the core issues as well, Devi Sridhar says, who is Professor and Chair of Global Public Health. The UK has excess deaths. Now it's over 60,000. No functioning test, trace, isolate system. The public are getting tired of the lockdown, understandably. And there's no clear leadership from the top on what the objective is. Are they trying to slow the spread or stop the outbreak? Next winter, when flu season hits and we're moving indoors, how can a second lockdown be avoided? How can more deaths be prevented? And how can we best use the summer to create strong public health infrastructure? These are the questions that they've got to answer. These are the questions. But yeah, it's not looking good. And yeah, let's get this picture up face masks. Let us know if you've got a face mask. Where'd you get one from? I've tried wearing a snood. Don't do the job. But yeah, guys, that is all from the Twitter side of things. It's been a shambles from a PR perspective for the Tories, and all we can hope is that the British are losing trust in them by the day. Sometimes it can take a collection of just howlers for people to realise what's really in front of them. Cummings' actions went against the spirit of the law and the spirit that virtually all of us have been following. We got told you may only leave your home for limited purposes, exceptional circumstances that include parents of vulnerable children. The message was you must stay at home. And insiders say it was Cummings above all who persuaded the laissez-faire anti-state Prime Minister to go for an all-out lockdown, not least because his focus groups were telling him the public wanted clear instructions. And that now looks ironic, to say the least. But yeah, guys, we'll leave it there for today. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Did he act irresponsibly? Does he have any integrity left? How does this look on the government? And do you really care? Are you bothered? Comment below, like the vid, and subscribe to Northerners United if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.